there's a marriage ceremony in our family house. And I'm going. And as a matter of fact, she's part of my nuclear family. She should follow me to the extended family. We wake up in the morning, we are going for the traditional marriage, the engagement. He says, I don't feel like going out. What do I do? Force her to go?
No.
And unfortunately, when I get to the marriage grounds, the first question is, where's your wife? You know what they're asking? But they attended her own. So they are expecting her to come. But she didn't feel to come. Then I'm not going to sit there and talk to my mother. Mommy, this thing with my wife, I don't know. When I was coming, I told her, let's come home. But she said she's not ready to come. What have I done? What have I done?
You've just sold your wife
I am
out.
going there to, when I get down, no. My first question is my wife here? They say she's not here. I say, yeah, I'm dead. You know I promised her that I'll pick her before coming. So she shouldn't move so that we can come with one car.
But Counselor, how many men will do this for them?
Because every man, if you want to be a husband, you have to learn how to lie. What runs the world is lie. And that lie is not called a lie. It is part of marriage. It's a mystery. So like I was telling you, and your nice question you asked, most women will want their mother-in-law to come because they have delivered. What do you want a mother to come and do for you when you deliver?
To take care of you, perhaps.
In what way? Clean you up?
The baby?
Clean whose baby? Whose baby, girl? My wife has gone to... Look. My wife was in labor. And I delivered the child at home. Yes. My two kids, I delivered them at home. But I needed to retain placenta and get vitamin K. So I took her to the hospital. Ideally, the first person that must know that my wife has been taken to the hospital, should it be my mother or my wife's mother? Just try. If you win.
That's your wife's mother.
So when I'm taking my wives to the hospital, the first person that must know should be my wife's mother. Exactly. That is wrong. We have to learn.
Why is it wrong?
I am taking somebody's daughter who I've gotten married to the hospital.
Right.
The best person that must pray for a survivor first is my mother. Sorry, my voice is gone. I don't have connection with my mother-in-law.
Right.
Because last week I taught you here that between you and me as your husband and my mother, who is the law? Your mother is my mother-in-law. Right. So who is the law? You are the law. Exactly. The only way I can operate with the mother-in-law is through the law.
Right.
So when I'm carrying my wife to the hospital, I
mom.
don't have the right to call my mother-in-law. Okay. I have the right to call my mother.
Your mom.
The people who can talk in equality is my mother and my mother-in-law.
Okay.
They don't have any law. They are family who agreed to give their son and daughter. So immediately I tell my mother, I'm taking my wife to the hospital right now, to the labor ward, to so and so hospital. And he says, okay, I will inform her mother. If my wife is conscious and active, she needs to tell her mother or tell her siblings. Then they will inform their mother.
Okay.
But it's not my duty. You get it?
I do.
So the managing of an in-law, inside and outside the house, we have lost it.
Right.
So wives relate with mother-in-laws as if they are their co-equal. Sons relate with mother-in-laws as if they are their sons. I am not a son of my father-in-law. So my father-in-law cannot pick a toothpick and call me to come because he wants to remove his teeth. Who born dog? When my wife tells me the father is looking for me, I don't go. If my wife, there's conflict, and my wife goes to report me to my father-in-law, My father-in-law can never call me for a meeting.
But why?
In what capacity? No, in what capacity? If there's anything beyond him and he wants to address, he can only address it through my parents.
Right.
They have that platform. I am a son-in-law and not a son. If she wants anything, through my wife.
Okay.
So there's funeral in my house. We've lost my auntie. And we are supposed to go and tell my in-laws. Yes. It is a process. We follow the process. It's not my wife who go and tell her my auntie, my miknu. No. It is just a ESA. Mommy,
But you
my husband and the family will want to come home to announce the demise of their auntie. When should they come? When there's a funeral in my wife's house, they send delegation with drink, toffee to come and announce to me.
I see.
It's not telephone service. No. It's not my wife is telling me that my auntie we've lost my auntie and we're going for funeral and this coming Saturday. So I want to tell you so that we can go together. No. I'm going there as what? When I land at the funeral grounds, their in-law is at the funeral grounds and every chair that is finished must be provided for me. So when you are delivered and you say, my wife can look at my face and say, yes, I remember one of my children, I think it was, I don't know which of the women, but one of my children, the first time, when she was pregnant, at 7th month, and I made it clear. I said, so have you finished arrangement with your mom when you deliver? I know, she was shocked. Because my mother was so excited with her pregnancy. Anytime my mother sees her, you can see that she's happy you are going to give us a grandchild. So my mother is yearning to come and bath. I hope my wife is not watching. I went straight to my mother and told my mother, the way you are coming close to my wife with this child, I hope you are not thinking you are the one come to bath the child. I told my mother straight.
And she didn't find it offensive?
From who?
Because some parents will actually find that
who is
offensive.
Talking to that woman? That's why I say the question is, who manages the in-law in-house and out of the house? I am managing my mother, not an in-law.
Okay.
The voice of my wife in the ears of my mother is so heavy, precious, respectful. It's not a common voice. If my mother calls me on my line, she will call and the son is busy. My mother will call me. I'm not picking because I'm from here. It will take her more than 78 hours before she can ring my wife's line. Yes. Not like this common in-law business.
Yeah.
They call your husband once. He doesn't pick, no.
Then they call you.
Then they call your wife. Hello, yes. 11. That's not it. Your mother. I've been calling your husband since morning, he's not picking.
Right.
You are the one that when you talk, your husband hears. Tell your husband to me too, I'm the mother. What do you mean by that? If you are calling your son, he's not picking, is it the problem of your wife?
Sometimes they call you, you don't also pick, and then that also becomes a very
Because not by force to pick my mother's call. Is it by force? Why did they make missed call? Why did a white man create missed call on the phone? Is it not to miss a call to return?
Yeah.
This mystery of in-laws. They are the reason why marriages are not working. And we are the reason why it's not working because we don't know how to relate with them.
Counselor, at what stage should all these things that you are saying come to play? Is it from the dating process or when you go for counseling before marriage?
But when you are dating, you are not an in-law.
This discussion we're talking about, the fact that
when you have not found any man to love you, I say the lectures I'm giving, it is not a lecture to a wife.
Okay.
It's not a lecture to a husband. This thing I'm doing now is a lecture to human beings. And it is applicable when it is relevant to you.
So should couples have this conversation before they get married?
They are not couples, so they can't have this conversation. But Lebene is not married. Ike is not married. Josephine watching me is not married. But she's hearing what I'm saying as an individual. So before she lands in the marriage, she has fair knowledge of what I'm saying.
Okay.
Now it's time to use what you had.
What of those who are already in the marriage?
It is now. So they
Hearing
didn't
this
know.
for the first time.
They didn't know. And they are hearing it. Adjustment is preferable than death. So you're watching me right now. You didn't know that you're not supposed to be a best friend to your mother-in-law.
Right.
You didn't know that you're supposed to share the same bowl with your mother-in-law. You didn't know that it is wrong to bring your mother-in-law after having your child. But you're hearing Counselor saying something irritating, annoying. Adjust. Look,
I want to ask this question. How do you adjust without creating some sort of friction?
every adjustment brings friction and discomfort.
Okay.
So create a discomfort. Now watch this. Lebene. We are treating how to manage an in-law
Right.
in-house out of the house.
Yeah.
And